Good morning, Bravehearts, and welcome to Braveheart Nation Creation Week. Now, right off the bat, I want everybody to understand something, okay? What we're doing this week, this Braveheart Creation Week, I want everybody to get this. Come on in, shut the door, please. Don't stand there thinking, what should I do? That would be great. Okay, come on in, everybody. Grab your seats. We have a lot of people here, everyone, and they're late. And the reality is tomorrow, we're hoping they won't be, okay? Because then we'll know how many people are going to be here. And if you're late tomorrow, please don't come, okay? Because we're right in the middle of it, okay? Thank you. So welcome to Braveheart Nation Creation. We have 2 seats up here. We have 1 more seat here. We have 3 more seats up here, please. All right, tomorrow we'll be starting. If you're not here by 7:15, then stay in your room and watch it on your phone or other places, because we have other people. We have probably right now around 500 practitioners watching this around the world. So could everybody be on time, like I asked in the Braveheart Nation telegram? All right, can we have a seat? Thank you. Well, we're back again, everyone, okay? So welcome to Braveheart Nation Creation Week. Now what this is this is actually a training. It's a 5-day bonus training that we do for practitioners, all right? Because you know what? Repetition is the key. You may not know this, but everything that you do, you only do it because of repetition. That's it. You are who you are because of repetition. So I want to try to get people to actually believe, okay, my practitioners that take my course for only 28 days, if they do the 5 bonus days, if they don't 22 days, that they're as good as any other practitioner out there. Now, to make sure that I fulfill this promise, okay, I continually do training for all my practitioners, because what is the biggest hurdle that we will ever get into in our life? The biggest hurdle is that we're stupid. We're idiots. Only somebody that's wearing a white coat could ever touch anyone or heal anyone or help anyone. You have been so programmed you don't even understand it. You know, I'm going to tell you something right now. I am not out against anything. I am only for the people of this world that want to heal themselves, which there is not a lot of people that want to heal themselves. But who should be healed? Everybody. But not very many people are going to heal. Let me tell you something. The majority of the people that are here at Ixtapa World Training and Healing Center will never be healed, because they still won't buy into the thing that, what's this? Unconditional love for themselves. They can't do it, okay? And that even upsets them. They even get angry. They have tantrums. They get sick. They get colds. They get flus. They get headaches. They get low back pain. They got to go lay down. Sometimes they don't come out of their rooms for days, because guess what? They are refusing to let go. And don't tell me that they don't have constipation too, because it's on a physical and emotional level until they have diarrhea, where the body's got to just blow it out. And that means you're either going to have a seizure or a heart attack or a fart attack and poop your pants. Don't tell me I don't know about human beings. I know about human beings. I know that human beings are human doings today. And they do bad things to themselves and hurt people, hurt other people. And that is over. So understand something. You can talk about nutrition and supplementation, energy medicine, but the only energy medicine in this world is the human spirit. And unless you're going to embrace that, you might as well just forget it. It's already game over. And you know the other thing, I'm going to tell you something too. So I got to talk about this, okay? I have a training called New World Practitioner. There's no training like it in the world. People come here, they can like it, not like it, but the reason why they don't like it is because they weren't ready for it. They weren't ready for it. They weren't ready for it at all. You know, in our New World Practitioner funnel, if you go to newworldpractitioner.com, what are you going to see right off the bat? I confirm that I am emotionally and physically stable and can handle a deep emotional course with Dr. Wolf and a 12-day non-surgical course where I go in and have all the knots and invisible bonds unleashed and pulled out of my body, and I will do about 20 to 25 hours to 30 hours work on other people and be able to handle it. So understand, we are going to make it perfectly clear, because guess what? It's never been about the money. And here's the deal. I want you to get this. 95% of the population is unwell emotionally and physically. I have never seen so many sick people in the last 5 years. In the last 2 years of, almost 2 years of this COVID thing, guess what? It's finishing them off. Let me tell you something. If you were already abusing yourself before the C thing started, you're trying to kill yourself right now. Because you've never ever mastered your emotions, so you'll never master your body. You'll be all over the bloody place, you know? And then we have people coming to take my course and they go way up, way up, way up, and they realize what they could have. And then they don't understand that their subconscious is the most powerful part of your body. And seriously, right now, who made the human brain? Who made the human brain? It wasn't God. I believe we were manipulated genetically, because 90% of your brain is the subconscious, 10% is the conscious brain. That's right. And did you know that the average person is only in the conscious moment for 2 to 5%? And so I can't get upset at the people that want to terrorize themselves and this place or me. But we have to keep a handle on it. You know what? Take a look at the shape of people today. Look at the shape of their mind. Look at the shape of their body. And understand something. Everybody's okay with it. Because 80% of the population is overweight. All right? Are you ready for this? 46% of the population in North America and Canada, if you averaged it out, is obese. 1 out of 4 children is obese. And the more bigger you are, the less energy you have, and the harder it is to actually have a logical thought. Oh, and don't get me wrong, there's people that are overweight by 150 pounds that do one thing really great, but the rest of their life is a mess because they don't have enough energy, because everything is about energy, isn't it? And guess what? I've got enough energy in this whole room. I've got all the energy in the world because I unconditionally love myself. And that's all that you need to learn, but you will refuse to it. You should see this last class. It was amazing. Okay, I'd be talking about it and I'd have people actually with angry faces and basically telling me to go, you know what, myself, okay? And all I was saying is love yourself. And then I would take them to the cliff, try to get them to love themselves, and they were getting angry at me. Oh, that was really cool. I mean, the next course starts on Saturday, and it's going to be mainly about nutrition, and it's going to be about the physical, because these people can't handle it. They can't handle it. I will not tolerate that ever again. You know, I have not seen this in my life. I have been doing courses since I was 27 years old. And the reality is I've never had a course like this in my life before, where people were shunting love and unconditional love so much in self-care. They were trying to shove it in my face, back at me. Okay, you should have saw the struggle. I've never seen anything like it. And the reality is I get it. It's like 20 months, 22 months of the C thing that's going on and the V thing. I get it. But the problem is why didn't they mind their own business? You know, if it's a politician talking, it's blah, 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 blah. If it's Justin Trudeau, blah, 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 blah. You know, if it's the news, blah, blah, blah. And guess what else? When people are talking to me, I don't disrespect them. But guess what? You ready for this? 99% of the people that talk to me aren't even talking to me. They're talking from their beliefs, which aren't their beliefs. But I'm not going to disrespect them, because guess what? They don't know it's not their beliefs. So they're just going to keep on running their beliefs. And they're going to, and you know what I really love is how people just got to get it out, got to get it out. I got to tell you how much I'm suffering, how much pain I'm in. Like, that's the biggest thing that goes on in this world right now. And you better listen to me. Because better somebody listen to me, because I don't feel the love. Well, no, of course you don't. Because love was a self-serve job, and your mother and father didn't do it, and everybody that you went out with didn't do it, and you didn't teach it to your brother and your sister or anybody else, and nobody does it. So guess what? Who's going to do it? Welcome to Braveheart Nation Creation. Isn't it great how you're just creating disaster and chaos and conflict in your life because you will not unconditionally love yourself and smile? Man, I'll tell you, I had so many bombs go off yesterday, right? Okay? I'm serious. And even last night I got somebody on the phone at 9 o'clock at night yelling at me. It's like so cool. You know, everybody's losing their stuff. What's going to happen here in 3 months? Because I'll tell you something. These people that have made this up, they have planned this for 250 years, big time. And it's not because they invested all their money into it, because money's an illusion, except for me and everybody else out here, okay? And we all have this poverty, scarcity attitude, and that's why we're greedy, and we rip each other off, and you know, we're always going, what about me, and you owe me. It's, seriously. Like, I haven't seen that lately. Not. Seriously. Yeah, the bed's too hard, the bed's too soft, the water's not hot enough, the water's not cold enough, right? Yeah. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen in 3 months when they decide to unleash all of the great things that they've built, like World Health Organization, the CDC, okay, United Nations, NATO? These aren't for us. These are all their tools and strategies, and they're just going to unleash all of them. And then guess what? Then I can just watch everybody around me just crumble into a puddle, and just, that's it. Where I'm just going to go, where's the fig leaf? Let's go garden. Because that's all I'm going to do. I am going to enjoy every moment, and I'm going to own it no matter how many people here. And it's really great, you know, having about 180 people, and then about 1/3 of them having tantrums. It's really great. You know, it's better to have 250 children, because they still have the joy in their heart. They still know about unconditional love. They know about caring for themselves still, because they have their spirit and they haven't been trying to choke it. Yeah, I'm not awake. Right. Go figure. Like, that's going to happen. And the reality is the funniest thing is that the people that are around me, they don't realize something. And then I'll get off my little rant. When I was 12 years old, my father had me what? Baptized again, because people would walk into our house. He was a part-time pastor. And I would say, this person's lying. This person has this sickness. And I'm only 12 years old. And you know what he wanted to do? Get the devil out of me. There you go. Because no, we can't be intuitive. We can't be intuitive. We can't live within our spirit. No. We just have to focus on the physical and dumb ourselves down. So I did until I was around 19, 18. And then I just moved away and I got my own freedom. And then I started living the life that I wanted. And you know, I questioned myself and I said this. I got a father that says he can't wait to be with Jesus, and God loves us and we can have everything, but then we're just sinners so we can have nothing. God, was I confused. So are we done yet? I hope we're done. Because that which created the whole planet doesn't believe in anything that we talk about. They're all just made up things. The only thing that really matters is unconditional love. Everything else is just you being programmed. And guess what? Nothing matters except your happiness, your joy, your smile, connected to your breath, loving your life, and then holding the line, because everybody that you love has been programmed to undermine themselves and you. And then you can say, oh my God, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, then guess what? Then you're rolling around in the mud and you don't even know it, because everybody else is doing it. I will never go back. I don't care. I will never go back. I have a beautiful partner, and if it's just me and her, I will never ever go back, because she feels the same way I do. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. The only time you see a large group when it comes to birds is turkeys, and they're all in a big field, and they gobble, gobble, gobble all day long. And then when there's a storm or a bit of conflict, they have a heart attack, and drop over and die. And then guess what? Eagles. You see one soaring above the conflict, not involved in it. Thank you very much. And then when the storm is over, it just gracefully lands and goes, yeah, it was none of my business. Thank you very much. And then you might see two eagles, but then they come and they attach themselves, and you can see them falling through the sky, just going, yes, life is the greatest adventure. And guess what? If you're not risking every day a little bit, you're not even alive. My God. I risked everything I have to do this project, right? And then I got to hear, okay, that the bed has a lump in it. But everybody should have a nice bed to sleep in. So I still want to know. It's how you talk. It's how you walk. It's how you breathe. It's how you listen. It's how you do things. Because you're either a human being or a human doing. And all I've seen, there's lots of doings. So the reality is, whether you want to believe it or not, I'm in the present moment 95% of the day. And that's a fact. And why? Because my brothers and sisters don't trust themselves. So I have to be on a unconditional love alert. Not judging them, but observing and deciding, you know, how close do I want to come to this? And am I really spending my energy in a good place? Because there's people that don't know that they're victims. And what happens is they'll take every bit of energy that you have because they don't know how to get their own, because they were taught not to love themselves, and that's not their fault. But the reality is why don't they want to learn it? Because the biggest program is that you're unworthy and you don't even deserve to breathe, and we're going to prove it to you. We're going to have you be so dumb, you're going to actually put something over your mouth so nobody gets to see your smile and nobody gets to see you breathe, and you're not going to be able to breathe. And guess what? We're going to prove that you're so dumbed down that you're going to keep it on there and you're going to wear it in the car or when you're kayaking or swimming. Or you're going to come to a place that's called Ixtapa World Healing and Training, and you're going to drink your face off. And you're going to eat anything. And then you're going to look at me and go, I'm sick. I can't make it today. Aww. But I know that you don't drink right, eat right, think right. So the reality is people go, oh, do you not have any compassion, Dr. Wolf? If I keep feeling sorry for everyone, I'll be sucked out like they are. I have given everybody in this place an opportunity that cost them zero. They come to my lectures. You know why they come? Not to learn, not to change, but to be entertained. Isn't that something? I'm very entertaining because I knew that I had to be dramatic, traumatic. I knew that I had to make faces, go up and down with my voice, to be able to break through the coconut, which is their subconscious. Good luck with that. I'm working on it. So the reality is that I have to understand that I have to be very patient or I'll become my own patient. So I have to connect to my breath and I have to love unconditionally. And then everybody in this room actually thinks that they've got it. We've got it. And you know what I know? I don't have it. I wake up every morning and I look at my day and say, what do I want to accomplish and how should I treat the world? I need to go out there with unconditional love. And at the end of the day, you know what I do? I spend 10 minutes reviewing my day. How could I have done it better? How could I have loved myself more, loved everybody else more, and supported them more? Not gave them love, because you can't give anybody love. You can only shine your light. I'm not giving anybody my love because they're not going to give it back. And I'm not talking about they're not going to hug me or kiss me or love me. But the reality is this. When you feel love, nobody gave you that. They had a frequency that actually triggered the love that was inside of you. So don't give me the crap about love. Love sucks. And love is toxic on this planet. Unconditional love, when you love yourself, you bring up your vibration, you shine your light. And that frequency, that light, like Jesus, made everybody feel their unconditional love. And that's why he was murdered. End of story. Oh, and by the way, he couldn't stand religion. So I just love how everybody likes to complicate things. Make all these rules. The Christians have 10 commandments. The Jews have 50. I have one. Unconditional love for myself and everyone else. Are we done yet? Are we done yet? Hello? Yes. Oh, there's nobody here. Listen to me. Listen to me. This is it. There's absolutely nobody here because I'm not going to speak up because guess why? Because their subconscious still rules them. If it would have been me, I would have yelled it out. I'm done being someone else, doing something else. I want my life back. I wouldn't be sitting there going, who's looking? I could care who's looking. Oh yeah. This last class changed me. Did anybody notice?
No.
All right. Okay. Understand something. If somebody out there wants to be the best practitioner they can be, this is the place to come. My focus will be on you forever. You'll get trained by us, you'll leave, you'll continually get free trainings. I will cover your back. I will even refund the money that people want back from the therapy that you did. The first time, even the second time, third time, but it has to be different. If you go and I refund the money for you to a treatment that you've done, and it comes out to the same story, then you didn't learn. That's it. I know my training is the best in the world. My body works the best in the world. Take it or leave it, doesn't matter. I've been doing it since I was, what? 27 years old. That's when I put my training together. I'm 65. I will put it out there to anybody that, doesn't matter, chiropractor, physio, medical doctor, you name it, whatever. When they can't fix someone, they can send them to me for free. And then we will do a show, and I will treat them for free, and I will prove that I am right. Is this ego? No. This is me representing that which created me, my creator, who said I can create whatever I want if I have unconditional love for myself and others. You have to understand, I don't really care what you think, because most people don't think. I'm going to love you anyway. So that's how you stop having fights with your brothers and sisters and with the world, is you understand that people, they're not running from their own program. I think I've met 2 people in my life that were running their own program. 2. Do I know anybody? Do I know a few people? I think I've met 2. Because when you have to label things, you've lost it. Just like diseases. We have to label every disease, and every day a new disease comes out. Yes or no? A new drug comes out. And then people go, did you know that I've got Scooby-Dooby, Inkle-Dinky, Schnitzelhaus? And I go, whoa, really? Wow. Oh yeah, and there's only 1 out of 10 million that have it. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, and as soon as they find the drug to treat it, and understand something, you are all, what are you? You're just a petri dish. You're a petri dish. You're creating your own viruses, your bacteria, your mold. Oh, and I love this one. I love this one. Everybody's got mold now. Every disease, everybody's got mold. If I hear that one more time, I think I'm going to throw up. Okay, if your room is moldy, let us get the ozonator in there. But please do not tell me that you're dying of mold. I had one of the people here tell me that, oh my God, you know what, I'm getting my life back now. You know what? Okay, first it was fungus, right, candida, right, and now it's mold. Okay, we're all dying of mold. Well, let me tell you something right now. You are the mold. You're rotten to the core. You got rotten beliefs, and guess what? Don't tell me you haven't got bowel problems. Don't tell me you haven't got digestive disorders. Don't tell me, because everybody here almost does. It's obvious. Because you don't monitor here. And understand something, if you've got stomach problems, then that means your life is going to go down the road bad, because that's the first domino. So if you're not making enough hydrochloric acid, enough pepsin, and if you got heartburn all the time, or you got indigestion, you're already killing yourself. And you could change it if you just did what? If we just did what? If we just did what? The perfect day. So we did the 4 pillars: loving ourselves, eating high vibrational foods. You don't eat high vibrational foods. Nobody can see you, but understand you don't. And now I'm not picking on anyone, but just remember something. How many people are, tell me who's not here to learn. Put your hands up so I know I'm not to talk to you. No, seriously, because I don't want anybody going, oh my God, did you see, he picked me out of the crowd and he came on to me. I knew he didn't like me. The other day by the pool, I could tell. I think he actually spit when he saw me. You've been backing up your bowel for 40 years. Your liver's totally congested. The bags under your eyes are your kidneys freaking out. The black circles here are your liver. It's so congested. And I'll tell you, every day's a struggle for you. Every day's a struggle. And you know what? It's like, I can't wait to get to bed, and I got to get up and I got to drag myself out of bed. Why do we do this? Because we're programmed. Now, whether you want to believe this or not, and you just love this lady, you hug this lady, you tell her that she's beautiful. And let me tell you something, she's doing it because she got physically and emotionally abused when she was younger. And she's living the program, and she will not dishonor the family curse and bless herself. That's it. That's it. And neither will most of you here. And a lot of you that were in the course, you won't do it. So this is why I'm going to dilute my course. I'm going to dilute it right down. Because I am not going to have students disrespect me when I'm trying to respect them. I'm not going to dilute it right down, but I know I have to pull it right back. Because everybody actually believes that the sea thing's real. And I know that you're going to have family over there and over here in different countries, different cities that are suffering. So yeah, would you do me a favor? Would you just make sure that you put your suffering in at least 3 hours every day for them, so that you make yourself sick, so that you can blame me? Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So many whiners. It's amazing. I'm not putting up with it. This is my show, and it's called Unconditional Love. Find your Braveheart and love every minute of your day. And when you're ready to complain or judge somebody, you shut that down and you breathe. But if you've got something that's really going on that's wrong, you come and tell me calmly, and guess what? We will calmly, with all the love in our hearts, fix it right away. Won't we? And the only reason why you whine behind my back is because that's your program. So please pack up your bags and go somewhere else and whine and give it back to your family. But if you have a problem, if you have a pain, and you want an answer, I'm here for you. Because guess what? I wish I had that. I had to find out all this for myself. Why do you think you've never heard of most of this stuff? Because I made it up. It was the only way that I could thrive on this planet. I don't want to survive on this planet. I want to thrive on this planet. Do you understand? So if my wanting to thrive bothers you, seriously, is it okay if I thrive? Thank you very much. Do I need your approval? Do I need anybody's approval?
No.
No. All right, let's keep it lighter now. Let's bring the ship down. But guess why? Why do I do this, John? Why do I talk like this, John?
Because you want people to have complete self-love for themselves.
No, because I'd like to try to give them a chance to stop punching themselves in the face, John. People don't need more sympathy, John. People don't need the type of empathy that people say, oh, I'm an empathic. Oh, really? Is that what that's called? Why can't you be a Braveheart? Hold the line for these people. Bring them up. Smile, everyone. Smile, because that's your weapon. That's your weapon. And understand something. I am never angry. Because if I was angry, that means I'm running a hate program for myself. That's what angry people are doing. Will I roar? Well, I think I roared a little bit just now, but I'm not angry. Unconditional love is the answer. And that doesn't mean that you allow people into your home, into your life, that are terrorizing themselves. You do not. You tell them, I love you so much, but guess what? This relationship is dysfunctional. And if you can't see it, then I need to protect myself from you until you do. And then when you do, let us work together to have the relationship that we wish we had, because dreams do come true. You know, people say to me, someday you'll have thousands of people coming. No, I won't. The room will stay small. I do not want followers. I want leaders. Leaders are all I want. Okay? Because leaders lead other leaders, lead other leaders. And guess what? That means that we won't have to see any more face diapers on the ground. And that myself would be a really big deal. Okay? The dishonor and respect that we do to ourselves and to our brothers and sisters, and then we tell them, I'm just doing my job? Really? So no wonder they want to make us into robots, because you're just doing your job. And do you know what your job should be?
Conditional love.
Oh wow, now you want to join. Do you understand? Participate. Participate. You know, get your vibration up. Oh, wouldn't want to say anything. I'll just stay back here. You know what? Why doesn't anybody recognize my pain? Well, they're trying to stay away from it, because that's all you're doing is recognizing your pain. But why doesn't anybody recognize it? Because you don't stand out. Well, why don't you stand out? Well, because you're broken, but it's not you that's broken. You've got broken beliefs that are breaking you. Are we good yet?
Yes.
Okay, all right. We're done with that. So now we're going to go physical. Let's get physical, physical.
I want to get
physical, physical. I love you guys. Thank you. We're back. Okay. Embrace the little girl, the little boy in you, and find out what life is like again. What living is like again. Stop trying to look for friends to impress them. And stop trying to keep your disease going so someone will show you the love that you never got. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me see here. Okay, everybody on Facebook, if you go to my library, go to docofdetox.com right now, and go to my library, and not you guys all have this. Okay, can somebody go in the back and grab some of these? They're by the sink. And Sean, can you do you mind going into my library and tell me what page is healthy emotions and eating? Oh, and it's going to be a different page than this. This is the practitioner manual. Everybody, you see this here? Okay. If you can go into my library and click on the Perfect Day Guide, and then go around page 56 and look for healthy emotions and eating. We're going to go through that right now. Okay? All right? Okay? So, and you might want to get like pens and paper. And also, what I'll do is if we don't get enough questions from people here today, what we'll do is we'll take questions off of Facebook. That's if anybody's still there. You never know. You know, you have to understand something. If you truly start wanting to be yourself, most people are going to run away. So, are you okay with that?
Yes.
Run, run, run away. Listen, let them run away. And then guess what? They'll watch from afar. And then they'll see this little glimmer of light. And they'll go, oh, I remember that from somewhere. All right. Okay, all right. 2 of me is enough, okay? Okay, so let's get started. So if you guys go, Facebook people, if you go to, or Rumble, or where else are we? Rumble, Facebook, YouTube. If you go to docofdetox.com, click on library. You'll have to sign in. I promise you, when you give your email, it's not a marketing tool. Okay, it's not a marketing tool. If you want to know when we do shows and things like that, or you can just delete my email after this. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't bother me. So, but go to my library, go take a look at the perfect day, see if you can find this. Okay, all right. The first rule is in eating. Okay, never eat when you are upset. Oh wow, now we got a problem, because every family comes to the kitchen table and decides to attack each other. Almost every family, and that's the God's truth. Yeah, well, because it's the only time we get together. We wouldn't want to get together any other time, but when we get together, let's have a family meal, and then let's help each other not to digest it so that we bloat later and have diarrhea, constipation, or cramping. I can't wait. No, I think I'll just go and have a meal in the woods. Okay. All right, so never eat. Now listen, everything I do, I exaggerate. So I'm not trying to make human beings look like there's no help. There's no hope. But the reality is it's cracking the coconut. I already told you the subconscious rules us. And your subconscious says, whatever prominent, dominant beliefs you have, we're going to run them. We're not going to run any other beliefs. So if you're trying to kill yourself, that's the belief we're going to do, because guess what? This unconditional love, I've never seen that before, so I'm not going to run it. But I'm going to run you over. But just know that you will be around for another few months or a few years where this unconditional love could kill you right away. Because your subconscious is either the dumbest part of you, the smartest part of you, the healthiest part of you, or the sickest part of you. And we all know what it is for the majority, don't we? Yeah. People can't even smile. They can't even smile. They refuse to smile. They refuse. You know what? No matter what my day's like, I just say one thing. I actually exist. I actually exist. Oh my God, that should make you just like freak out. But don't worry, you're not going to exist for long, and you're not going to want to exist for long, because you refuse to smile, connect to the lion heart breathing, put your shoulders back, your chin up, and go, I got this. I'm not running the same programs. I love and approve of myself. I'm going to snap back into the present moment. You know what this is? 3, 2, 1, I got this. If you count backwards, you don't go into your subconscious. You stay in your conscious mind. All you have to do is snap this every time you have a negative thought, put a slight smile on your face, and connect to the lion heart breath, and your whole life would change if you did it for 33 days, and if you were totally obsessed. I just love people, you know, and please don't get me wrong, but you know what? We'll have children that, you know, have been vaccinated or something happened to them, and they go, oh my God, I feel so sorry for that child. And I'll go, wow, at least they're smiling. You never do. You know, the reality is this. You are the one who are the joy meter. So go ahead, be pissed off at the world, be pissed off at your family, be pissed off at everybody, and know that it's you that created the program. So understand, don't bring that program to the dinner table. Unless somebody has something to say that's loving, uplifting. So, honey, what was your up today? What was your down today? Well, I got down because of this. Oh, and then you talk to your children, or you talk to your wife, or you talk to your husband, and you support them. You help them unravel that toxic belief, and you support that good one. Oh, honey, people are like that. You know what? They don't mean to be like that. It's just that, you know, they had other people like that in their life, so now they're like that. And just stay away from them. Go find people that care for you. Yeah, but I want to hang around with them. Well, they're not going to change. So that means you're going to have to change, sweetie. So why don't you find people that are not going to call you those names, do those things to you. They're not bad people or bad kids. They just have bad beliefs because their mommy and daddy are not getting along probably. That's it. Why can't we explain to children things? Why can't we be honest to them that adults are adulterated? So, and why can't we have our children come to the table, and no matter what it is, whether they left their socks on the floor, and the other thing is, oh really, I love this part, don't you? How often did you get peed off at your children for not doing their homework? To find out that, guess what, they can't read, they can't write, and they can't spell, and they don't know finances, and they don't know how to love and care for themselves, and they don't know how to eat when they get out of high school. So the reality is, I don't care if my kids go to school, because if I just teach them how to do just proper math, 1 and 1 are 2, that's a good start. Okay, how to read, and how to write. So now children don't know how to read or write, so now they're going to sign anything away. All right? And they can't add, so they're going to lose all their money. Okay? And they can't cook for themselves, so now they're going to go through drive-thrus. And they don't know about unconditional love for themselves and self-love because the parents wouldn't let them do it, because parents were programmed to actually, by the time they walked and talked, the child was acting like mom and dad, but the parents didn't know that. So then the parents were punishing the child for acting like the parents. So then they lose this. So you understand something. Okay, so guess what? Do you know that I get, because I do these still, because they come first. I get probably 3 to 5 consults of children that are suicidal, really sick, and I'll do them like that. I will not hesitate. I'll find the time. And when not every time, but 99% of the time, when I go to do the consult, I have to consult the parents because it's not the child. And no offense, but it's not the child. It's not the child at all, okay? But it's not the parents either, because they were given the wrong strategies and the wrong tools. So we don't make them feel bad either. Hey, listen, you've been sucker punched, okay? All they did was set you up, okay? And they didn't teach you how to bring in a beautiful spirit and love it, because you didn't know how to love yourself or each other. It's not your fault. But we need to start right here and work on it. So here's the deal. So when we come to the table, adults need to make sure that they find a really peaceful moment. And the other thing too is, if you're upset, please don't eat. Breathe. Drink hot water and just drink it. I guarantee you, once you drank about 16 ounces of hot water and you connect it to the Lionheart breath and you put a slight smile, you'll be ready to digest now. Because remember something, if you go to the table to eat, and you are worried, you are depressed, you are angry, then guess what? All your energy's in your arms and legs. So you have no energy in your digestive tract. So now you're in trouble. So what do we do a lot? We eat when we're what? Upset. And what do we eat when we're upset? Because bad moods make us pick bad foods. Okay, so now guess what? You're running a hate program and you're trying to what?
Kill yourself.
Thank you. You're trying to kill yourself. But you're not. The beliefs are trying to kill you, not you. You have a heart. You have a spirit. But you've been suckered by these same psycho suckers that are doing what they're doing right now. And they've been doing it before Jesus. They're the ones who put Jesus on the cross. And I don't care, don't believe me. Just do your homework. Just do your homework. Unconditional love had to die. So what are we going to do? What's the first rule?
Never eat when upset.
Okay, guess what? Looks like you're fasting. Okay? All right, okay. So see, now you're going, and this is advanced training for practitioners? Yeah, go to a practitioner that's going to teach you that. They don't teach you that. Let me tell you something. If you go back to basics, you win. Don't give me this mumbo jumbo and you know what? Oh, this formula is, we've been doing this. Or last year was calcium. This year it'll be magnesium. Oh, and for sickness now, okay, it's mold. It was heavy metals just 4 years ago. Okay? Oh God, now we're into the mold thing. Okay, fine. We're going to make money off of that sucker. It's mold. It's mold. Now the medical doctors, not just the naturopaths are doing it. It's mold. It's mold. And guess what? It's not mold. You're rotten to the core. And I'm not telling you should sit in a moldy room. I didn't say that. But the reality is you're already rotten. Look at most of you. Look at the shape you're in, for God's sakes. But it's okay because it's not going to stand out. Why? Because everybody else is in the same lousy shape. So nobody even notices anymore because people are so dumbed down that they don't even notice. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Huh. That's just Ron. Oh, that's just Jim. That's just Bill. That's just Mike. Okay, that's just cool. Because we don't know how to look after ourselves, so we can't look after others, so we go a blind eye to it. Yeah. Tell me that after you took the course That you look at everybody differently now. Yeah, you certainly do. And now you're picky about who you vibrate with and who you're going to hang around with, who you're going to eat with, who you're going to sleep with. Seriously. Yeah. Wear protection. And what is that? Unconditional love for yourself. Okay. All right. Second rule. When you're preparing your food, put your heart into it. So don't even make your food. Don't even make your food if you're upset. Go do what I said. Drink warm water, hot water. Connect to the lion heart breathing. Smile. Go for a walk. Honestly, sit by a tree, hug a tree. Go see if you can find a butterfly. Seriously, change the vibration. Because guess what? We can take bad food and put love into it, and it will be better for us than eating organic food and put hate into it. Fear. So, when you're preparing your food, put your heart into it. Make what you love. Love what you make because it will become part of you. But when I said love what you make, first of all, you got to have love for yourself. Okay? All right? Okay? So grilled cheese, right? With lots of Heinz ketchup and white bread. Yeah, you remember, get food that loves you. And what's that? The only thing you ever have to remember is that everything when it comes to food is vibration. What is the vibration this food offers me? Because guess what? Everything you eat leaves the body. Every drink, every food, no physical has ever stayed in your body. Your body was actually created by the frequency that was in the food and not the food, and that's why I hardly ever eat. Because I am the food. I am the food. So last night, so we went out and so I had a blender drink in the morning. And then I drank water and lemonade, lots of lemonade yesterday. And I did my SAC calcium, my ionic calcium. I did my other stuff, my black diamond and what I do in my drinks, but I only drank throughout the day. And then we went out to eat because it was Sage's birthday after he came back fishing. And then we ordered the food and then they forgot my meal. So everybody got served, but they forgot my meal. And what did I do? Well, I must be not meant to eat tonight. So then I just got a big pitcher of lemonade because they were almost done and my food hadn't come. And then guess what? They ended up giving the meal to me for free. But then I gave it to Sage because he's young and he wants to eat everything. No, not everything, but he wants to just eat, right? And then that's that. So I could have got angry and then ate the meal.
Yeah.
Are you with me yet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of you in here that love getting angry. Who can I blame? Who can I blame for my anger right now? Oh, I know. Let's go after Dr. Wolf. He's responsible for the lump in the bed. But why don't we just come to him and say, hey, can we get a different mattress? Wouldn't want to do that. No, you got to use me to get upset, okay? And then when the conversation starts, we don't have one at all. Isn't that great? So I already go and I go, okay, wow. I just need to know I'm very lucky because it's just the bed and I don't have to go to bed with them. Good. Okay, third rule is never use the dinner table for a place to discuss any family matters. It's not anger, but I'm talking about finances. It disturbs everybody. Okay? Anything. The table is a place of quiet and blessing the food, blessing the family, and making sure you chew your food like you don't. How many people here have a glass of something sitting at their meal when they eat? Well, that's right, because you don't chew your food. You need to get the logs down to the lumber mill, don't you? So you just take it down in chunks, Ron. Yeah, welcome to your world. You should never have anything to drink at a meal because you should have drank enough throughout the day that you're already hydrated. We want to use what? Digestive enzymes from the mouth and from the stomach. So we shouldn't be, and then guess what? If you have to drink because you're choking, well, you know, you maybe could have chewed it at least twice. So the person that really wants to heal, if you really wanted to heal, you would drink your solids, chew your liquids. That's how you heal. And then you only eat 1/3 of the food. And now you save 2/3 of the money. So now you can stop having poverty and scarcity. Could we stop that too? Okay. All right, 4th rule. Stay calm and stay connected to your lion heart breathing. You guys have no idea how powerful that is. If you were to set your phone to go off every 5 minutes, just one nice little chime, ding, and then you go, okay, was I breathing? I mean, you know, the depth of your breath is the depth of your life. And those who are shallow breathers, it's because the paper tiger is always going to kill you. Meanwhile, the paper tiger has no teeth. But, you know, wow, just breathing from the nose. And I don't know why I don't feel good. Oh my God, did you hear he fainted? Yeah, no doubt. Seriously, he forgot to breathe. Thank you very much. Okay, so breathing is a real big issue. So if we were to set a chime to go off every 5 minutes and then go, okay, lion heart breathing, I'll practice again. Do you know what happens after 33 days, John? You're doing it automatically. You're living a big life. You're no longer fearful, because those people that breathe deep and long, fear can't stay there. And if you have a slight smile, you own your day. You're in the present moment. You're making all the right decisions. Yes, the crap's still going to hit the fan. You're still going to hit a bump in the road. You're still going to have a quick right-hand, left-hand turn. But guess what? You're connected to your breath. So you don't go into fight-flight mode and then screw up and hurt yourself or anybody else. So stay calm, stay connected to the lion heart breathing. Does anybody know why you do deep breathing and you stay calm? Because that which we call, maybe you call it God, higher self, source energy, universal intelligence, only whispers. Only whispers. So don't stop the mind chatter. Just keep going on, and you will have no messages that you're looking for, just frustration. The 5th rule: bless your food and give gratitude, knowing that whatever you're eating has given its life for you, and that the closer it is to nature, the healthier and happier you will be. The health of your food will depend on who and how it was treated. Wow, maybe I should start thinking about what I put in my mouth. Maybe it's not a garbage can. Maybe, and you can always tell the people that are reactors, right? Reactors. They just, oh wow, I just ate that, right? I know you may not believe this, but mentioning fear, I just saw somebody say that on here. And I know that people aren't going to believe this, but I don't have any. You know, I was told all my life that, you know, fear is something we have to live with. That's also a lie. And then, you know, once I realized that I could minimize it, and then I realized that I could totally neutralize it. And I am the neutralizer of fear. You couldn't get me fearful if you wanted. So when the hurricane hit here, I was just thinking about all of you screaming and crying, but I did, and I wished I was here, you know, just to maybe just calm things down, because until you own your mind, you're a landmine, and it's not your fault. So I'm not picking on anyone. I am no better than anybody else, and everybody needs to know that. I have no problem. I cleaned the toilet there this morning. I went and got the toilet paper from the front. Do you understand? So when you talk to me like a human being. Don't get nervous. Don't be shy. Just talk to me. Because it would be really nice if I was accepted. Don't put me on a pedestal. I am no different than you, except you haven't found yourself yet, and I'm trying to help you get there. That's the only thing we're doing here. Nothing else. We're not doing anything else. And then if I can help you do that, that's great, and then you can go help others do it. And if I fail at it, and it didn't work, then go find someone that can do it for you. That's what I would do. Just go find someone that can do it for you. I'm not out to prove anything, guys. Wouldn't it be nice if the world was a better place and we didn't make it into a song and it wasn't Coke that sponsored it? Okay? All right, number 6. Chew your food so well that you are drinking your solids and chewing your liquids. And guess what? I'm telling you right now, you can cut your food down by 80%. Yeah. You know that eating is the most ineffective way to get energy. It takes 70% of your body's energy to digest a meal. If you eat 3 meals a day, the same energy it would take to actually walk 10 miles. And if you were upset or you weren't in love with yourself and had a slight smile connected to your breath, you didn't digest it anyways. And then you're going to go and turn around and complain, oh, food is so expensive. No, you're expensive. You just threw it out. You just threw the food out. You should keep the lid off, because then you'll put the lid on, then you'll put the lid off. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay? No, it's just, we'll hack everything. You take a look at your life. You're not annoying me. Just know that. You look at your life and you go, what don't I need to do tomorrow? What can I do differently? You guys don't even do that. I do it all the time. Everybody goes, how does he get so much done? Because I hack everything. I look at everything and hack it. Look at your job, look at your life, look at your relationships and hack them. How can I make them better? How can I keep more energy for myself? How can I do this? Well, you might want to get rid of some of your thoughts, especially the ones where you were trying to change people and you can't. That could get a little draining. What do you think?
Yes.
Never eat late at night. So here's the deal. The later it gets, the easier the food has to be to digest. That's it. It's not a big rule. The later it gets, the easier the food has to be to digest. Oh my God, please, just let me tell you something, okay? All right. There's a corner store on every corner. That's why they call corner stores. They have more cancer-causing chemicals than any other building in the world. And we visit that place the most. So this is why we're being harvested, because we're that dumb. We've been dumbed down. And every time you visit that store, my God, you do know that in a grocery store, 90% of a grocery store is toxic. You do know that 60 to 70% of a health food store is toxic. All right? Because we sell our brothers and sisters out. Oh, wait a minute. I was just doing my job. Get your goddamn mask on. Seriously. That's what I was told yesterday. And I said, I don't even have one. I'm out of here. Actually swore at me. Yeah. And I said, it's got nothing to do with God. Thank you very much. He would never make a mask like this. And I walked out. So understand something. Okay? We don't deserve what's happening, but we do. We don't deserve what's happening, but we do. I don't know why I'm in so much pain. I'm suffering so much. God help me. Oh God, please shut up. Please shut up. You need to. You got to stop that. But I mean that in a loving way. Because you've already been given everything. Do you know how much energy it takes to kill yourself? And guess what? And don't tell me that you all don't know what is the right thing to do or eat or drink or think. You do. But you don't do it. And then everybody's complaining about the government. Well, we have the government we have because the majority of the population is that. The majority of the population is that, or we wouldn't have the government we have. And then the medical system, my gosh, seriously. Will anybody please wake up? They're the third leading cause of death in North America. They caused the first two. And then every time somebody calls me, they're on there complaining about their doctor. Okay? And doctor means teacher, and they don't do that. There could be a clue here somewhere. And the reality is this. They do what? Cut, poison, and burn. And I know it's just a cliche, but the reality is it's the truth. I think I have to go to my doctor. Well, okay, but just know this, that you're going to your doctor because you can't get your emotions in line. So you have to get your doctor to suppress your pain because you were emotionally infected first in the brain. So yes, go get numbed out for a couple of days, and then when you wake up from it, let's see if we can change your beliefs about yourself so that we can unravel the invisible and then go in and do the Wolf non-surgical and get rid of every knot, every piece of calcium that got pulled from the bones, every crystallization, every stiff joint. Let's just do it all. Let's just get this undone. But for now, I get it. Your belief systems are killing you. So go numb out, take your painkillers, take your antidepressants. Oh, go take your antibiotics because you have an upset stomach and a cold and flu, so that now when you get the next one, it might just kill you. No, you couldn't do the ultimate coffee enema. Couldn't do just drinking hot water with black diamond in it and maybe a couple drops of super cinnamon. Couldn't put peppermint on the bottom of your feet. Couldn't connect to your Lionheart breathing. Put a slight smile on your face no matter how much pain you're in. No, wouldn't want to do that. No, what you're doing is you're looking and you're saying to the world, I'm in pain and I need love. And the people around me don't know how to love me. Well, they don't know how to love themselves. So I'm going to go find and go to a caretaker, and they're going to love me because you won't. Welcome to advanced training. So never eat late at night. So you really want to eat late at night? First, just get them to make you a lemonade. Get them to make you 3 of them. And then put some cane sugar in there and go, woo. Or do that and have 1 shot of Mascal to kill the parasites. So what? Have 1 shot of Mascal and have a little buzz and kill the parasites. Because that's what it does. 1 shot of Mascal a day is totally therapeutic. Okay? 4 is not. The 8th rule is do not mistake thirst, tiredness, or being bored as hunger. Welcome to your world. You know what? When I learned how to connect to my Lionheart breathing, put a slight smile on my face, and just know that I'm not going to take anything personal, I had no need for snacking or eating because I didn't have to eat to suppress my emotions, because that's what you're doing. Oh, I just got to get out of my head. I can't take this. So then you go and eat and you get all your energy to go in here to digest. Oh, I feel better now, but now I'm bloated. I've got food coma. Wow, isn't it great to be you? Not you, but you know when I say that, don't ever take it personal. And if I seem to be looking at somebody, oh, he knows. No, I don't. And even if I do, I'm sorry that I looked over that way. Just know that I love everybody. And I know that I have to. Not have to like have to. I know that I need to. Or I am part of the problem. So don't take my holding the line for being upset. Well, he's always so upset. He's always so upset with me. Yeah. Why doesn't he just give in? Why did you come? For me to give in? Really? That's why you came. The 9th rule is, do not use eating as a way to suppress your emotions. The 10th rule is, digest the Braveheart 12 loving steps each day for the perfect day, every day for your life. And do the 4 pillars first. You know, the 4, what are they? Love band, life band, right? Does everybody have one? I'll bring them. I'll get somebody bring them, okay? When we do this afternoon's class, everybody can have some. And guess what? My love bands, 120,000 have been held hostage for 4 months in Vietnam. And those poor people, they went door to door and they were forced vaccinating the elderly, the military. And you could not, you weren't allowed to have food unless you took the vaccine. Yeah, so are we done complaining about the lump in the bed? Seriously. I want you to tell me about the lump in the bed, but I don't want it to be a bump in the road. Do you get this? I'm going to keep coming back to things because you got to understand something. You're spoiled rotten on an emotional and physical level. And within 3 to 4 months, we are going to be at war on a spiritual level. How are you going to handle that? Are you going to do the 4 things? Are you going to, I got this. I'm holding the line. I'm wearing the smile. I'm connected to my breath. I've got my shoulders back. What was I focusing on today? Right, the garden. I needed to go do the garden. And I need to thank God for the gift of actually existing. You have no idea how powerful that is for me. I exist. I don't think about where I'm going after I leave this planet. I exist right now. I'm not going to waste one moment. You know I could have retired, right? You know that I get $450 an hour to do a consult. I can live off of doing 5 a week without touching any of my savings because I don't have any bad habits. Why am I doing this? Because I want the greatest adventure of my life. The 9th rule, do not use eating as a way to suppress your emotions. Well, maybe I'll just have one toke. Maybe I'll just have one drink, but it never ends, does it? Right? Maybe I'll just do, well, I don't know, vaping's not good for me, but, you know, anything that's an addiction is not good, you know? Anything that you need to, anything that's toxic, and you do it every day. Oh, except for a shot of mezcal. That's not toxic. Get a really good one, and it's not. I'm just telling you. And I'm against alcohol. My mother was, it ruined her life. And it ruins, well, anyways, I've got lots of people, I got lots of family that is just destroying their lives and they're destroying everybody else's, so. But, you know. The 10th rule is, oh wait, no, we already did that, sorry. Okay, all right, we're done. Okay. All right, so Sean, what time is it? 8:56. 8:56. 8:56. 9:05. Okay, we'll be back here. Okay, and we'll pick up on this tomorrow. And at 9:05, I have a gentleman that I was going to do a consult on. He's here, right, Richard?
Yeah.
And then you're going to come up here and sit here when we come back. We'll be back here at 9:05. So I want everybody back here at 9:03. That gives you 7 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. And there's a bathroom. There's other bathrooms. Yeah. If you go to the upstairs where we're going to have more seating, there's 2 bathrooms up there. There's a bathroom here. You got 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Thank you. We'll be back in 7 minutes, everybody. And Sean, do you have something to put on for 7 minutes? Okay, thanks. Thanks. And YouTube. You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it. Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited. What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time. Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite. You were created by your Creator to create. So let's create something amazing together. So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the Whole Life Coach certification is all about. In the Whole Life Coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart, and we're going to become the spark that you seek. Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in, because you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win. I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico, and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited, because this is your life. And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams, and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need... Hey, we're back. Wasn't that just, you know, it almost got started. Thanks, everybody. We just took a little pee break, and we're back, and we're here with Richard. First, there was somebody, you had a question.
Yes, so thank you for sharing what you did about what you saw in me. And I'm definitely going to integrate what I've learned this morning. And the question is, what else can I do to start healing what you mentioned?
And I'll tell you what to do. I won't tell you what to do. I'll give you suggestions what to do. So always keep rephrasing. You see how I keep rephrasing? And the problem why I have to keep rephrasing is because I hang around with people that don't say things correctly. We've all been taught to say things wrong to each other. And you are not a bad communicator. You have been taught to communicate bad. Did you get that?
Yes.
You are not a bad communicator. You've been taught to communicate bad. You've been taught to divorce. You've been taught to squabble. You've been, well, you don't understand me. Well, yeah, that's true. I don't. I program not to.
Check one.
It's true. This is all just programming. So you got to get that.
Check 1 2.
You see, the thing is what they did
Check
was,
1.
I think they're brilliant. Okay? You know who they are, right? So what they did was they actually got us to attack each other. Why do you think there's 4,500 different religions? Okay? Because all of them think they're going to heaven except the rest of them. Okay? That's the truth. Isn't it lovely? I can't wait to just dive into all of them and just go totally nuts. Okay? Because they all have different beliefs, right? Okay? Some of them more wackier than others. But I'm not tearing it down. If it's giving you joy, good. But most people aren't. It's not giving them joy. It isn't. So everything is about shaped on beliefs. The shape of your body, the shape of your mind, the clothes you wear. You know, there's nothing in your life that you didn't help create.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're co-creating with your family.
Yes.
Okay, and so the reality is, that's why you got to be picky about who your family is. I will not let certain people in my family co-create with me. See, because it would take me too long to bring my vibration back up. But see, you, can I be honest?
Absolutely.
You function on guilt. So you function totally on guilt. That's
Yeah.
all you function on. Everything is about guilt with you. And it is. Everything's guilt. And the reality is, she's guilty of nothing. She's guilty of absolutely nothing. And you know what? And the problem is that she feels that those people closest to her actually abuse her. And they do not respect her. But she's actually telling them every day, you don't have to disrespect me. I mean, you don't have to respect me because I disrespect myself. Because that's what guilt does. See, she doesn't go around, she has guilt. She doesn't go around like judging everyone. She's worried what everybody's going to think about her. And she already feels that she's a low vibrational human being, okay? And that she's non-deserving. So if I get any love at all, then I should just be damn well happy. Okay, so the psycho killers out there did a really good job on her family, right? So see, there's no genetics in the family, it's just epigenetics. It's all habitual, right? And it's all habitual, you know? Yeah. My father had triple bypass heart surgery. He died of leukemia. And the first time and the second time, and I don't care if people want to believe it or not, I was, first time, I was 28 years old. And I got rid of, me and my father got rid of his leukemia in 6 weeks. And they told him he had 2 weeks to live. You can believe it or not, I really don't care. But just remember, I'm the guy that gives the money back guarantee on everything. So now that shuts you the hell up. Because I need to shut people up. And why do I tell people that come on my show, doctors, whatever, natural or medical or government officials, they're all welcome to come on my show and challenge me. Why aren't they lining up? It's not because they're shy, because they'd love to just tear somebody apart like me. You can't come up against the Spirit of God.
Amen.
And I run on that. I don't talk about religion, and I am not religious, okay? And the reality is I don't want to break myself away from anyone. Everybody is my brother and sister. And that's why when you've met people in your life and you only knew them or met them for 3 minutes, but they showed you more love in that 3 minutes than your family has done their whole life. Now, I'm not saying everybody. I'm just trying to show you things. And I'm trying to tell you that you can't keep going to the poisonous well and think you're going to be healed. So your family's not poisoned, their beliefs are. Because if we thought that they were the poison, we would judge them and then we put ourselves in jail for it. So the reality is how does it feel to keep on forgiving people in your family for mistreating you? What a terrible relationship you have.
Yeah, it feels awful.
Yeah, I
Feels
see
like
it.
It's killing me.
No, it is killing you. Yeah, it is killing you. The best thing you can do is stay away from your family for at least a year. And just, you know, I mean, I promise you, every time I walk by you at the pool because you need this, you're beautiful. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say to you. You're beautiful. And that's it. And if you could actually buy into that, which you can't, you know, you're well, that's a lie. Well, that's a lie. Well, no, it's not. If I say it 10,000 times, so I'm gonna have to walk by you 10,000 times. So that's why it's why it's gonna take a year.
Hey,
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
so the deal is that your subconscious is saying if you don't put up with the abuse, you'll get no love at all. And if I get no love at all, I'm going to die. Okay? That's your story. How did I do?
Right on.
Yeah, and if I had the time in the world, you guys are not an organ grinder and I'm not a monkey, but I'll do that all week. If a person opens me up, I'll tell you what's going on with you. And that's my curse. And understand.
And I knew that, but it's so hard for me to face it and let go because of the guilt. So it's really helpful.
For the
to
guilt.
hear that.
Yeah, for the guilt that she's
Like,
making up every day.
I'm not gonna see my family or contact them, you know, for
Yeah.
a year. Oh my God, my mother's gonna die. You know, it's that bullshit that
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
responsible.
And just know that your mother can be miserable with you or without you.
Yeah, and it's a big drama that I'm.
Your
hearing.
mother
Oh my
can
God, why
be your
did you
mother
do it?
can be miserable with you or without you. And you have been using your mother to be miserable. Don't blame your mother. So guess what? Your mother, the relationship you have with your mother right now is poison. If you were to not contact her at all. Mom, I'm not going to contact you anymore. Why? Because it never ends well. So the reality is that if you really need me and it's an emergency, do it. But you better be coming on with unconditional love for yourself. I didn't say for me. I said for you. I didn't say for me. I know you're not going to do it for me. Because you can't do for me when you can't do for you. Are we getting this yet? Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. No, thank you. Thank you. And I mean that. Because guess what? With every person that loves themselves and starts to love themselves, I have a better world. So this is all about me. I'm just being totally selfish. Okay? All right. So thank you for feeding my selfishness.
Anytime.
All right. Anybody else have any questions? Wow. The all-knowing. Okay. All right. It's all good though, because you don't have to have questions, because right now you're just trying to process the BS, the new belief systems, or bullshit. You mean your mind's going to tell you one or the other? Well, that's a new belief system. Maybe I'll just put it over here on the shelf and I won't throw it in the garbage. Wow, did he ever come up against my belief? That's going right in the garbage, and so is he. I wouldn't do that. I don't put anything in the garbage anymore. If it sits there on the shelf and starts to stink, well, then it'll go eventually. But I just want to make sure that it's not me has stinking thinking. Do you see?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So guess what? You're going to be an observer and not a judger, and you're going to put breath into everything. You're going to give it time to breathe, like a good glass of wine, even though I don't drink wine. But you know, they go like this, let it breathe. Well, let your thoughts breathe. Let them breathe. Oh wow, that is starting to stink. Maybe I won't keep that one. Okay. Richard, what do you want?
Just get healthy.
So what does that look like?
Physically.
What does that look, oh well, Richard.
Well, mentally.
Richard, how long are you
Takes
here
some
for?
shit.
How long are you here for?
A couple months.
He's here for a couple months. And guess what? Has he joined up for the Whole Life Coach course? He's not going to get better. He's going to enjoy this. It's going to be entertaining. But guess what? He's not going to be able to hold the line against his wife. And he's not going to be able to hold the line against his children. It's not even against. I said against first, but it's not against, is it? It looks like it's against, but it's actually for. He won't be able to hold the line for his wife or his children because he won't have a belief that's strong enough to come up against his family when he leaves here, because he's only going to get Inky Dinky Schnitzel House. He gets 5 days here, and then he can't have me anymore, because next Saturday, believe it or not, isn't this the craziest thing? Isn't that great planning? Okay, so I haven't had a day off, okay? I haven't had a day off in like 4 months. So this is going to end on Friday, and I didn't even know I'm so busy, that this ends on Friday, and Saturday I start the Whole Life Coach course.
Wow.
Yeah. So the reality is this: if you were to take all that and go, oh my God, I deserve more. I work so hard. Nobody appreciates me. I'd be sucked out. And I'm going, yeah, I'm having fun. This is good. I'm here. I exist. I exist. Thank you, Lord. I exist. Okay, so now, the reality is we're going to help him out a little bit, but he'll never be able to hold the line against his family. Why? Because unless something's repeated long enough and strong enough, and I come from this angle, 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 I come from every angle, he's never going to get it. But he's open to it. But the reality is that when you come here and go Inky Dinky Schnitzel House, oh well, that was entertaining. And you know, people say you can always know when they're only here to play. Well, that was interesting. Is there another movie on? Like, does Arnie have one out or what? So, I'm not going to be able to help him. Not really, maybe a little bit. I'll be able to help him turn the burner down, but will we be able to give him a new track to be on? Okay, so you're in the course, right? You're in the course, right? Now, Sam, you were in the course, right? Yeah. John, you were in the course. Now, do you think you would be where you are today if you didn't come to the course? I mean, the course was tough, wasn't it?
Yeah.
was tough. It was tough. It's a tough course. But the reality is here, do you have the testicles to actually want to go in and see if you can survive going in and unleashing the little boy in there? Most people do not have the testicles for it or the ovaries for it. They don't. Because, no, you know what? It's dark in there. There's a sinner in there. There's a failure. It's evil. And he's going to go, I don't think about that. No, you don't have to. Your subconscious is doing all the work for you. Thank you very much. Just add water and stir.
I hate to say it, but you're probably right.
Oh no, listen to me.
I say the odds are
First of all, listen to this. First of all, I hate. So first of all, there's his subconscious, just opened his mouth.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. He just spoke for his subconscious, so he's going nowhere. Okay? And then I'm probably right, and he knows I'm right, but he doesn't want to admit it because then he's going to have to talk to his wife about it. Because then we're going to have to actually spend money on ourselves, and then we came here for 2 months to do nothing because we're both exhausted and crippled emotionally and physically and don't even know it, and all I wanted to do was relax before I go back to hell. Trust me, fight with me all you want. Don't really care. When I come here, every morning I do an hour meditation. God grant me serenity when I get here, and tap into people, push them to the cliff, let them be pissed at me, but not come shooting for me. That's my prayer. So, how's he going to get better? Well, he has to make different choices. That's obvious. I mean, he's got a sock on one leg to try to bring the swelling down when all that's been the problem is his cecum. He has a big hard ball of poop right in the cecum, the beginning of his large intestine, that's cutting off the circulation to that hip. So that's why it's swelling down there, and the poop is absorbing into his pelvis, and the poop particles are actually coming down his leg because he's got heart problems, doesn't even know it yet. Of course I nailed it. It's not hard. You guys are all going to nail it. You can nail it after only 22 days of being in my course. If you look at the guy, give me that bag over there. Okay, so it's all in here. All my work is in here. It's all in this book. This is the recipe to everything. If you've read it, you'd know it. So, ask your questions. Go ahead. Because I don't want to talk. Because he needs to ask questions. Because if I just talk and he doesn't ask questions, then it's all just going to fall off anyways and go into the garbage can. Right? And that's why people have to give me $450 for a consult. Because now I know they're going to listen. This class that's going on, it's the first and last time it's ever going to happen because we couldn't get things to run properly. And because of the hurricane and because of everything. So this is going live right now to all the different practitioners. And people are watching it on Facebook and Rumble and da-da-da. But then this will be taken down. This is going to be taken down at the end of the week. And then it's going to go into the practitioners portal for practitioners. And it's not because I'm trying to take anything away from people. They could have showed up if they wanted. It's all about a priority. Everything, and here's what people do, right? Well, Daryl, yeah, I'd really like to do that, but I can't afford it. Daryl, I'd really like to do it, but I don't have the time for it. Let me tell you something. If I told him his granddaughter, okay, was in a hospital, and if he didn't sit there beside her 8 hours a day for 1 year, she would die. He'd be there. So understand, you're not dealing with the human being. You're dealing with the human doing that is already programmed to kill themselves. So if I tell him it's going to cost so much, he's already set a thing, right? You could give it to him for free and he probably wouldn't show up. Now, this is not about him personally. This is about people. But then, when they have to pay money, what if your value was zero? What if you didn't value yourself? Well, we don't. That's obvious. You can tell when people value themselves. They're like a bright light. They don't look sucked out. They don't look dehydrated. They don't look bloated. They're not limping. They're not wearing a sock for a compression sock because they're swelling. I mean, that's doing absolutely nothing. Okay, what it's going to do is just fill up the water here pretty soon. It's water retention. Why does he have water retention? Because he has so much infection. Why does he have, okay, because he has it, wait, now let me go back up. So, gut, pooping into pelvis, infection, inflammation. He's had a problem for a long time. Nobody could fix it. He's went all to the doctors. Ooh, yeah, great. And they can't fix it, so the infection creates inflammation. And then because he doesn't know how to get rid of the infection, he doesn't know how to get rid of the inflammation, if you have a fire, because that's inflammation, you got to have water. So now the inflammation on this side of his body, so he's got to retain water. Oh, wow, that was hard. Right. Just get him pooping, get him eating properly. Okay? That would be great. I'd get him on daily cleansing tea right away. Get him doing the coffee enema, because we already know he's blowing his liver out. His liver sits right here. We know he's got problems in his bowel here. So we know that there's gas rising up, putting pressure on his liver. We know he's been backing up waste all the time. Because he's a big guy, everybody wants to give him a big meal. And he needs less. He needs to eat about 40% of what he does. And it needs to be live foods instead of cooked food and dead food and fried food like he likes. That's why he has brown spots all over his head. This is mold. And he's getting more and more all the time, right? Look at his hands. This is all mold. This is his liver. Okay, but now he's going to go into his room today and then he's going to call up me and go, there's mold in the room. No, there's not. You should see what's inside of you, dude. Because those aren't age spots. Look at my age spots. How's that going? How old are you?
66.
Okay, so he's 1 year older than me. But I'm 25 years younger than him. And he could be 25 years younger in 2 months, but he would have to do the work. He'd have to do the juicing. He'd have to do the coffee enemas, the daily cleansing tea. He'd have to do the black diamond. He'd have to do the curcumin cayenne 5000. And he'd probably have to leave his wife. Because if she doesn't buy into this, then she's going to eat the way she eats. And guess what? We have comfort in poisoning ourselves or feeding ourselves well. It's only just a program. So if she doesn't want to eat right, then that could put the relationship on the rocks. But maybe she is reading right. That's right for her. And then he has a different right. So he's going right, she's going left now. Okay? I can remember when I was younger, okay, I would smoke a cigarette because my wife would. I would have a drink because she would. I would eat what she would eat because I wanted to be closer to her. And don't tell me that's not in every relationship, because it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I will give up my life to try to find true love with my wife, but you'll never have it until you find true love with yourself. It doesn't work like that. It's just BS, because they're always struggling to come closer together. But you can't get closer together because people don't do the couples connection, where you would sit on the floor, your wife would sit in between you, put her legs there, you put her arms around her like this, she put her arms around you, you look in her eyes for 10 minutes, let me see you do that. Every night for 33 nights, and then talk about what you felt, and find out that you're not close at all. And find out how close you actually become for the first time in your life. Even closer than you ever were for the first 6 months when you met each other and you thought you were the end of the world and oh my God, thanks for filling my heart, I was going to die. And then guess what? That left only a year later. How are we doing?
Well, it's pretty. Actually, some of it's really good.
Yeah. So the stuff that his mind is able to take in is really good. And the other stuff that he's not willing to accept yet. And the only thing I told him the whole time here is that you and your wife don't eat right, don't live right. And that's okay, because we all don't do that until we know how to do it. So, but he doesn't like that, because now we're making a judgment. I wouldn't have came up here if I thought he was going to judge me. But guess what? I'm not judging him. I'm making an observation. Why did you come here then? And the reality is this. All I said that whole time, go back and watch this. Why can't you just love and care for yourself and show your wife how to do it?
Well, that was our. Well, actually, coming here, I didn't know about any of this.
We're not talking about that part.
But it's cool.
No. But I'm trying to show you something. It's cool. I like it. There's nothing cool about this. This is the essence of living, is loving oneself and eating right, thinking right, drinking right. Wouldn't it be great to actually be the hero that saves your life and shines the light on the ones you love so that they can save themselves and change their life. I hold the line here. So he goes, wow, I didn't know I was coming into this. I just wanted to know some food combining rules. So the reality is that what we believe, okay, what we believe is like, I just want it to be a little better. I don't want anything a little better. Well, what do you mean you want it a little better? I just want to reduce my pain. Really? I want you to learn how to master pain. Okay? Because pain will never totally go away. Let me think. Well, when I think about it, no, I have a little bit of heat around here. Well, I've been heated up all morning. So the reality is, but I have absolutely no pain in my body. Nothing. Nothing. So I'm scanning. Oh, I get pain in my knee. Okay. Oh, gone now. I know how to get rid of any pain I have physically and emotionally. Okay, let me think. Okay, I'm bothered right now. I'm stressed out. Why is that? Okay, maybe I was a little bit irritated this morning. Hey, honey, I just want you to know I love you. Okay, I was off. I'm back. Thanks, sweetie. Nice to have you back so you don't terrorize the shit out of me. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So, what we think is real health, we don't even know. We don't even know what it looks like. We don't know what real love looks like. We know what borrowed love looks like. We know what toxic love looks like. We know what temporary love looks like. So what do you really want? I don't know. Does he even know? No, he doesn't. He just wants to feel better. I get it. But you can't feel better until you know better. So that's why you never judge yourself or your family or anyone else. Because you've got to give your time and be patient so that you learn, because it's a whole new language. So you got to give yourself that time. So when he says, well, I just want to be better, tell me what to do. Oh, really? Okay, there you go. That's the world we live in. Take a pill and shut up. Here, let me see. Let me give you this. Okay, this is only worth $10,000. You take all this, it's all over, you're done. It never ends. Okay? The cure. The cure. You're the cure. You're the only cure. Okay? So yes, there's things that you need to do. From the minute you wake up until you go to bed, you need to know how to do loving, caring things for yourself. That's all. That's all. Do you ever notice in relationships that if you do too much for yourself, you get in trouble? Did you know that if you do too much for yourself, you actually feel guilty? So you've all been programmed for that. So I want Lori, my partner, to totally look after herself and satisfy herself on every level. And then I want her to shine that light, and then I'll do the same thing, and we'll come together and we'll light up the world. I have to sometimes go, no, you're not doing that. I'm giving that job to someone else. It was so hard to pull away the finances from her. It was so hard to pull things away from her. And what I learned was, get rid of what somebody else can do and keep what you love. But you got to understand, it's going to change. Because as soon as you master something, you want to go and find something you can screw up 10,000 times until you perfect it. And that's why I never screw up. I never fail. I know that I have to fail 9,990 times at something before I perfect it. So I'm never a failure. Oh, hurricane. Okay, there's $15,000 gone. More actually, about 20. All right, new plan. Okay, let's build a new tent. Hurricane happens once every 25 years, so whatever. So, you know, you have to decide what's it going to take to make you depressed? What's it going to take for you to fall in love with you? What's it going to take for you to become a priority for the first time in your life? So when he says this, I would say, well, he needs a consultation. But then you want to, where does he want to start? Just at diet. I don't want to, don't touch my emotions. I'm fine here. Yeah. That's everybody. Leave me alone. That's cool. So then guess what you do? You do a nutritional consultation, and you get them to fill out their history. What time is it, Sean? 9:35. We've got 25 minutes to change his whole life. And see, what you don't understand is to change your life, it's only creating the perfect day and repeating it every day. So what would your life look like if he totally loved himself? Well, first of all, he doesn't even know what that is. What is that even about? Right? Men have no clue. Women, after about 20 minutes of a consult, go, you know what? They say they do, and after 20 minutes, half of them break down crying and saying, I don't even know what self-love is. I've been working to get love all my life, and I'm exhausted. All right. So Richard, he's 245 pounds, okay? How tall are you?
I used to be 6'4". I'm not sure. I think I shrunk with age, but
Yeah. Okay, so nobody shrinks. So what shrank, your head or your feet?
I think I got wider.
No. Well, we know you got wider, but how did you get shorter?
I just don't. Well, I guess the population has gotten taller. I don't seem as tall as I.
Okay,
used to be
so
when I was young.
this is not to pick on him, but this is his health education. So he has a spine, and in between each vertebrae is a disc. Now what happened is those discs have dehydrated and thinned out. If we were to go in and work on Richard for an hour and a half and go between every vertebrae, we would bring the minimum of 1 inch to 1.5 inches back to his height. And he doesn't even know that. So most people think they lost calcium. So what'd you do? Lose this much of your head? I don't know. Well, why do you still have hair? I guess the grass grows. I don't know. But the reality is we know nothing about our bodies. Where's your stomach? Oh, right here? No, it's up here. It's right under here. There's your stomach, right? People don't even know that. They think their stomach's down here. And you were taught that because it's your large intestine that is the holy grail. And it's your large intestine that's 85% of your immune system. So you call your large intestine your stomach all the time. That gives you the bloating and the gas and all the trouble and why you're rotting. So you don't even know that, right? So he didn't know that he could have his height completely back by just going in. And what you do is with Wolf Non-Surgical, which we did on, so anyways, he says, I've had chronic low back pain for a long time, right?
Oh, long time.
How long?
I hurt myself when I was working 3 years ago with my lower back, my piriformis.
Okay,
So
so
I've had
understand
that for-
something. What did he just say? He hurt himself. Yeah, that's right. His subconscious hurt him. So his program hurt him. My program never hurts me. I'm just trying to help out here. I'm not telling you that he's slow, dumb, idiot. There's no name callings here. There's only programmings here. There's just programmings. I hurt myself. Well, why'd you do that, Richard? Why would you hurt yourself? Well, I don't know why. Well, that's right. You don't. Nobody knows why. See, people don't know what health is. They think health is that I need to go in and fix his back, right? But I did. So I went in, you have what you call your sacroiliac joints. Everybody knows that was in the course. And guess what? I spent 1 hour on 2 SI joints. That's it, right?
Yep.
And how did you feel when I was done?
Oh, my range of motion was amazing. The difference in my range of motion, incredible, actually.
Yeah. So that's the work, guys. That's the work. And understand something. Chiropractic is great, but it's not. You got to get rid of scar tissue. Massage is great, but it's not. Acupuncture is great, but it's not. Physio is not great at all. Thank you very much. Okay? And surgery is not good. And the only reason why you need surgery is because of the scar tissue. And if you would have came to us, we could have got rid of it. And if you would have came to us early and we put you on a perfect day diet, you wouldn't have had it at all, especially if we got your emotional and physical together. And then the next thing is guess what? Now you had the surgery for the scar tissue because you had the surgery because you had scar tissue, and now the surgery causes more scar tissue than you had that they cut out. And then when they told you were bone on bone in your vertebrae or in your hips or your knee or anywhere else in your body, they were lying to you because you pulled the calcium from that joint and it got into the connective tissue and the cartilage and made it look like it was bone on bone, and it wasn't. And just like his vertebrae, okay, with the discs in between the vertebrae that thinned down from being that big to thin down to only being 20% of their size, that's why he lost his 1.5 to 2 inches, okay? The same thing happened in here. Now the cartilage is beef jerky, so it thinned out, but you do the work and you change the diet and it all grows back. All of it grows back.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and he didn't know that. but he didn't know it because he's not supposed to know it, just like you're not supposed to understand that you were created by God Almighty and that your spirit has unlimited potential and your spirit will heal any physical problem as long as we do the right thing. And what do we have to do? Well, when I got into his back, it was just full of matted with scar tissue and calcium. So I got in there half an hour here and a half an hour here, and guess what? I took the scar tissue apart because it was a knot like this. Okay, so here's what he did. So the SI joint would be in the center of this, and that's what he had. He built that around it. That, okay, is his SI joint. So now he gets to waddle like a duck. Because if your SI joints don't move, if they're not loosened like I just did, now he walks like this. Before he was walking like this. Come on, look at all the waddlers we have here at the resort. Look at, yeah, I mean, you know, duck, another duck. Okay, all right? So the reality is all I did was go in and untie the invisible bonds that bound him up. So understand something. Now we know that old age is scar tissue and displaced calcium. And there's not one person in here that cannot have a youthful body again. But you gotta want it. You gotta want it. You can't be eating and drinking and thinking the stinking thinking you've been doing. Okay, you can't beat up on your family, your friends, or yourself. You can't sit by the pool and start to cry about people that are in another country or another city and because you're worried about them. So from now on, if I walk past you and I see you suffering by the pool, because I saw you lots of times there, just suffering for everybody, okay? I'm going to look over to you and say, at least call them and let them know you're killing yourself for them.
Okay.
No, it's not okay.
Well, thank you for saying that you're going to do that, because I need that reminder. Because I didn't realize I was doing that.
No, I won't say it out loud like that. I'll just say, hey, do you need to borrow my phone?
Okay.
Because we want to be nice about it. Just know that I dramatize everything, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because guess what? He's got 2 months to save his life, to change his life, to change the lives of people he loves. Do you think he'll do it? No, 1 out of 10,000 people. 1 out of 10,000. And it's nothing against him. It's just the programming's so good. They've been practicing it before Jesus. And you don't even think that. I know this. I got this. It's in my head. I know this. We have never been free. The only place you can be free is here. And I know that I'll never be free on this planet, as in the way of total spirit freedom, okay? Because the majority rules has been ruled, schooled, and fooled. And I'm okay with that. So I just go, life-threatening, fun-filled adventure for those that are awake.
Yes.
Richard, questions?
Well, I'm really new to this whole your concepts and things. So
They're not my
this-
concepts.
Well, this,
1 second, I will always correct. They are not my concepts. These are concepts of nature. These are concepts of the Bible. These are not my concepts. I'm really new to loving and embracing nature, to self-loving concepts. I'm really new to self-loving concepts and embracing only things from nature and staying away from mankind who is not kind. So he said it right, and that's the way I would have said it if I was him, but I want to put it right out there, that you get it. Jose. Oh, okay. All right. This guy owns the place. Okay? Probably the bed's too lumpy. Okay. All right.
So because the sort of plan I have so far, you have me set up for a whole bunch of different massage sessions.
No, I don't have you set up for any massage because I don't do massage.
Well, no, with Jason,
I don't do massage.
or the deep tissue.
I don't do deep tissue. I do non-surgical.
Oh, the non-surgical.
Okay, we need to, you have to say things correctly. And I'm not picking on you again. You said them correctly for you. But we need to let everybody know this is different. Was that like any massage you've ever had?
No,
Was that like any deep tissue you ever had?
no.
Okay, it's non-surgical. So I want every therapist here, because you actually came in on a therapist training, right? So when you're doing that, he's going, oh my God, I just want to know about my diet a little bit. This guy keep picking on me. I'm not picking on anybody. But guess what? You, everybody here, you're Wolf non-surgical therapist. There's nobody like you. Nobody else is giving a money back guarantee out there. Nobody can take somebody that's been dealing with something for years, and in the first treatment they go, oh my God, I feel like I've been freed up. So nobody else does that. So let me make myself perfectly clear, okay? Because I'm going to bring down the thunder. Because I'll tell you something, natural therapies are diluted and twisted, and so medical system, we can't even talk about them. They can talk about themselves. But the reality is this, there's nothing like this work. And you guys need to be proud, every one of you that took the non-surgical work. You need to be proud of who you are. And that tent's going back up, and it'll be up in about 9 days. And then what we're going to do is that it's called the dump orphanage, because they feed them food and they get their stuff out of the dump. And we are going to be doing locals here, and they will give donations. Those donations are going to go to try to see if we can help build them an orphanage and get them a teacher and get them clothes and get them food. And I'm going to do anything I can to make this change. So that's why that tent's going to go up quickly. And then we're going to work on this. And we do not do massage. We do not do deep tissue. We are non-surgical therapists. We can pull off what surgery does without any cutting of the knife. So let's make that perfectly clear. And again, thank you. I love his questions. I love his statements. And guess what? It's not fair, okay? It's not fair that he's sitting here, because he just came here and it's like, wow, shotgun. Great. And I thought I was going to get something for free, but now I know you get nothing for free. So, what do you want to talk about? So the reality is, oh, I'm not even going to open my mouth. So the reality is you have to understand something. I have sessions set up with him. Why? Because he was willing to buy into the physical and get rid of the limping and the pain. But next he might be buying into the diet. And then next he might buy into what? Maybe you can touch my emotions a little bit, okay? But first, let me check and see if my wife is into it. Because
Yes.
hi, beautiful. Love you, girl.
The emotion part terrifies me. The rest,
Oh, no shit.
the rest.
What did I just say?
massage or
Oh, and then he clues us in. Like nobody can tell.
No, I'm a guy, I don't have emotions. I'm not supposed to have emotions.
Well, no, I never noticed
I
that.
didn't realize that till I sat with you.
Yeah.
Now I have emotions.
You're highly emotional.
I'm very emotional.
No, you're highly emotional. And guess what? You suppress everything inside. All right? Okay? You're a nice guy, and I do not like nice guys. Okay? I do not. I like guys who love themselves. Nice guys, oh my God. Richard was so nice. Why did he die so early? Because he was a nice guy. He just wanted to get through it. Just let me get through it. Let me get through it. Really? No, you just pooed it.
I hate when you're right.
I'm not right. I'm not right. I'm not right. That's not his hands. Somebody just peed on them. This is his adrenals. He's up here sweating bullets,
A
right?
camera, an audience. I'm sweating.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, dude. No, I love this guy. He was brave enough to come up here and get shotgunned, and he didn't get shotgunned. I'm just trying to tell you something. They ripped you off, and they ripped you apart, and they ripped your family apart, and they're ripping our hearts apart, and they're going to keep doing it until Richard unconditionally loves himself and becomes the light for his wife. So that means that without you, the world cannot go on properly. Are you willing to accept the mission?
honestly, I one step at a time, I can do it.
Okay, somebody
I
go
can do
get
it.
him his cape. Listen. Do you remember when you first fell in love? It scared the heck out of you. You almost destroyed having that relationship. This is what's going on right now. It's really difficult to have better when we don't deserve it, eh, Richard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And guess what? It's just another program because he deserves everything. And if Richard was everything, then guess what? Then everybody around him would know what everything looks like. Wow. Wouldn't that be cool? But no. We got to bring in the religion. We got to bring in the rules for fools, don't we? We just couldn't do unconditional love. No. Couldn't just say, I deserve it all. And you do. We were created to create. So you all get to decide today, what is it you want to create? What do you need to let go? And I mean let go. I don't care if your family's judging you for whatever they're judging you for. You're not there for me. You were there for me. You didn't give me enough money. You didn't give me enough hugs. How could you? You didn't give yourself enough. You can't give what you're not. As soon as you change what you are, you'll be that shining star for everybody. But it takes work. So that means you're going to have to take massive personal action and come up against this word. You're so selfish. Because as soon as you start acting and loving yourself, your family's going to go, what, we're not good enough for you anymore? Is that it? We're just not good? Our food's not good enough? The way we act is not good enough for you? Who the hell do you think you are? You went off to that Ixtapa cult. Did you also give away the family home? And I wish they would, because maybe we get some new beds. That made
My bed's fine. No lumps in my bed.
Well, that's because she's beside you. All right. I think it's been a good morning.
Yes.
We will come back together and we'll meet at 1 o'clock today. And I don't even know who we have on today, but we have some speakers on, and then you guys can ask questions to them. And Sean, do you know who we have on this afternoon?
Terry Mullen.
Okay. Yay. We have Terry Mullins, who invented infinite iodine. Who else do we have?
George Roach at 11. You said that first.
We have George Roach at 11, and we are going to bring down the house on this one. We're going to be talking about, just so everybody knows, Justin Trudeau got a spanking. Yeah. So he got a spanking from the justice system. It's illegal to make people get vaccines or vaccine passports. So there's a war going on, and he comes on and goes, well, everyone, I just want to be nice and loving for you. So can you leave that for just a second, please?
Sorry.
Don't say sorry,
No,
sorry.
I'm not sorry.
Well, make up your mind, woman. Okay, so anyways, so he got spanked, and now he's going, well, it won't be October 28th, it'll be November 28th. You know what? He's just a part-time drama teacher, okay,
Yeah.
that nobody respects, that actually swindled his way back into Canada as something, we don't know what. Oh, well, no, he actually snaked his way back in. But the reality is this, guess what? It's all legal. So when are you going to fight for your rights?
Yep.
You will never do it until you unconditionally love yourself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else, so help me God. So what I want to do here before we finish up, let me see here. Let me go to, give me just 1 second. So understand something, everyone. If you don't want to fight for your rights, then you're going to lose them. If you don't want to fight for your health, you're going to lose it. If you don't want to fight for your finances, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose everything, okay? Because the psycho elite were here at the beginning of this planet. And they've always ruled the planet. And whether you want to believe this or not, don't bring God into the picture. You have enough inside of you to to take your life back, okay? And the reality is, did anybody see how big the universe is? You can't even see planet Earth in the universe. So the reality is, if you think that God's first judging you and then also here to protect you, no, God's inside of you. Just shine the light. What do you think your aura is? You know, oh my God, look at how beautiful and bright he is, she is. Look at the energy coming off. That is that. And then guess what? Look at how depressed she is. Look at how anxious he is. Look at how out of shape she is. You were set up. It's not your fault. I really mean it, okay? All right, I just wanted to do the Braveheart oath, and I don't know if I have it here. I'd like to do it to finish the day off, but I don't. So, okay, who wants to say it? Fadi? So what is it? Oh, it is on here, second last page. Okay, so I would rather everybody took a look. And then what I'd like to do, this is the way I'd like to do it, if it's okay with you. If you don't want to do it this way, just tell me, because I'm cool with that. Whereabouts is it?
Second
Almost the last page.
The second last.
Right here, this page here.
Okay, all right. So I'll just say a little bit, and then you guys repeat it. How's that? Anybody on Facebook or Rumble or YouTube, if you want to get involved, or maybe you don't, because maybe you might say something that'll get you in trouble. I don't know. But the reality is this is something that I put together a long time ago, and it helped me. And I put it on every mirror in the house. I put it in my car. I wrote this. I put it everywhere. And guess what? Between the love band, between this, between the smile, I made a deal with myself that I would go nowhere. And this is after somebody in my family tried to commit suicide. And then I thought it was my fault. All right? And I said to myself, that's it. I am changing it. I never, ever thought about killing myself, but I wasn't going to stay on this planet like this. And so the resolve was not killing myself. The resolve is I needed to change. I needed to change. So I said, wherever I go, from now on, I'm going to leave smiles wherever I go. I'm going to leave praise wherever I go. And you know what? I'm going to change my life. So I made the Love Band, Life Band up. And this here, you know what? In the military, they have you count backwards when you're in fire, so that you're not thinking about your family and then you get your head blown off, right? So that 3, 2, 1, that keeps you in your conscious mind. So we don't want to go back into our subconscious mind when something goes on, because we could be there for hours or days beating ourselves up, because we all pick a length of time on how much we should be punished for everything. And sorry guys, you're not going to punish me. I don't care what you do. So go ahead, have your tantrums. You're not punishing me for nothing. Because that's what a group of people tried to do in the last month. Punish me for everything. Right. They come here with such dysfunction. Such dysfunction. And I'm okay with that. I'm going to let everybody ready to know right away it's not happening. Okay? All right? It's not happening. So just start working with yourself. Okay? Because what? I created your personality? I ruined your day? Really? Seriously. So let's all really come together and let's, you know what? Fake it till you make it, so smile. And you decide if something goes wrong in your life, go ahead. Why don't you pout? Why don't you cry for like 5 hours? Drain yourself right out, okay? Do whatever you need to do to kill yourself, okay? But just make sure you do it in your room on your lumpy bed. Okay, now. Ready?
Ready.
Yes.
I am love.
I am love.
I am healed.
I am healed.
I am Braveheart.
I am Braveheart.
Today and every day.
Today and every day.
From the moment I rise.
From the moment I rise.
Until I gently close my eyes.
Until I gently close my eyes.
I will trust.
I will trust.
Honor.
Honor.
Respect.
Respect.
Protect.
Protect.
Forgive.
Forgive.
And totally love myself.
And totally love myself.
First and foremost.
First and foremost.
Before anyone else or anything else.
Before anyone else or anything else.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Because I am.
Because I am.
I can.
I can.
I'm healed.
I'm healed.
I'm Braveheart.
I'm Braveheart.
God bless. See you at 1 o'clock. Oh no, if you want to stay and listen to the show, come back at 11 o'clock. And if you want to watch it on Facebook or Rumble or YouTube, and then the show comes down the minute it's over because George has a big mouth. Okay. Thank you. You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it. Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited. What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time. Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite. You were created by your Creator to create. So let's create something amazing together. So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the whole life coach certification is all about. In the whole life coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart, and we're going to become the spark that you seek. Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in because you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win. I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited because this is your life. And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.